Hello everybody, hope you are doing well. Sean here at Little Ranch, and just wanted to give you guys an update. Jamie posted a video of our barn progress on making the rooms and I was like, holy cow, that was like 3 weeks ago. And we've done a lot since then, and I haven't videoed it, so I feel horrible, but I at least wanted to make a video and show where we're at right now. So hot day in Texas today again. Hopefully, actually the forecast shows that we may get some rain tomorrow and next week, so we'll see. It shows like 50% chance, but that's better than what we have been, so we're really hopeful because we need it. But the water catchment tanks on the barn are still holding up. We're still getting plenty of water for the animals, so that's fantastic with the little rain that we have had, so I'm really encouraged by that. But as I'm walking out here to the barn, I was just thinking today, you know, walking around, and you guys have seen some of the things we've done, but it's kind of neat and kind of humbling to think back that we bought this land, in 2019, so 3 years ago, and there was nothing here. And so it's kind of cool to walk around on the property now and see, like right now I'm walking by the fence. I just walked out of the house, walking up to the barn, past the bee yard over here, and realizing that, you know, we got to not only just see all of this stuff come together and this place come alive with everything that's here, but we got to be a part of doing it. And so we were the ones, you know, building it. And we kind of had an idea in our minds. We've drawn it out on, you know, how the property would look. And so it's just kind of cool to see it all coming together. Certainly not happening as fast as we want, but I think that's normal. You know, you always want things to happen faster than what they actually do. But hey, at least it's happening, right? So that's pretty cool. Same thing with the barn. You know, this was kind of a vision over a year ago, and just to see it come together little by little. And now we're starting to put some of the finishing touches on there. We've got the animals in there. We're gonna move more animals up here. It's just pretty exciting to see all that happening. So excited to show you guys what's happening on the inside as I get up to the barn here. And I'm gonna turn around. I think I'm gonna turn the camera around so I can show it better, but just so you can get an idea, when you open the barn doors, you can see now there is a loft right there. So that's the big change, but let me turn the camera around so I can show you as you walk in. All right, so here we go. So opening up, you can see there's a loft up top. Last time there was just this one room back here, and I was talking about what we're gonna be doing with the rest of it. So you can see now we've framed up this whole other room. So there's a door here and a wall across, and then that original room that I showed you guys. There's the loft up top, and then I had mentioned there was going to be a staircase, so we actually have the staircase in as well. So we'll walk up here and show you guys what we got going on. So this turned out pretty good, where we have quite a bit of space. So this loft is, what, 24 feet by 16 feet? So you can see I already started putting some shelves in here so I can start moving some stuff out of the carport to store up here. And then this room, we have not put the ceiling joists on yet. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But we did talk about over here on this room in the last video about having a place for storage, and this is actually a lot of storage. We put some of the 3/4 inch plywood up here on top of these ceiling joists so that we can have all that storage. And that's a little bit difficult. Probably wouldn't want to put things back there that you know, we want to get to really, really often. But things for long-term storage could go back there. But right here, this is pretty good. So this is about, well, 3 sheets of plywood. So it's about 12, maybe 11 feet wide right there, long. And then, you know, width-wise, it's about maybe 5 feet wide. So definitely we could stack up some hay there, you know, put a bunch of storage. I think it's a nice extension of what we have here as the loft. And then we'll probably do the same thing over the top. So I was gonna put up railing on the loft, but we waited on that because I think once we put up the ceiling right there, probably we'll have the joist extend all the way over so we can just walk over to the storage area on top of there. So I think that's the plan. So let's walk on down here, show you what we got going on. So one of the things that I'm trying to figure out is what am I gonna do for the ceiling joist here. So you can see on that room, there was 2 walls that had to be built and the ceiling joists are between these. On this room here, we've got, you know, a ledger board LVL beam there, and then we've got a wall right here that the ceiling joist could sit on top of. But on this outside wall, if we're running the ceiling joists this way, there's nothing to connect them to. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do without creating too much. I didn't really wanna build another wall on this side because there's already kind of a wall there. And that's just a lot of extra lumber. But I may have to do that so that I have a place for the ceiling joists to sit on top of. And then also to make sure we can put insulation in the right way and all that. So I don't know, thinking about that. So I'm curious on that one, if anybody has an idea on what we should do over here, because I've thought about a couple things like, you know, running a 12 by 12 on the inside of these posts and then using that as a ledger board to attach the joist to. You know, I think that would work fine. It would use less lumber. I think the downsides of that is that you can see these posts are 8 feet or 8 inches in diameter. So that would essentially create like a, you know, a gap there of 8 inches. Doesn't mean that I have to come all the way down on the inside. I could just do 1 ledger board across top for that and then just use this as the wall. But still, I got to figure out on the wall, there's only, you can see, you know, 1 2x6 across there. So there's got to be something a little bit thicker, I think, for me, for insulation, unless I just do insulation that's 2 inches thick. I mean, I guess I could do that. But then I got to figure out how to attach outlets and stuff. So I don't know if anybody has any ideas on what do you think we should do on this wall right here for the ceiling joist, but then also for attaching, you know, insulation and whatever we're going to do on the walls. Probably we'll do some hardy board and some tile at the bottom, and then on the top, I don't know, do some shiplap or drywall or something. We'll see. I don't know. But if anybody has ideas, please put them in the comment. Love to hear it. I usually think about things, ask a lot of people. I decide on something, I do it, and then I decide I don't like it, and then I do it again. But would love to have input from you guys on what you think. So also just getting ready. We've got some chicks showing up next month for meat chickens. So another batch of meat chickens. Right now we're doing meat chickens twice a year. I think next year I'd like to get doing them more often than that, maybe 3 to 4 times a year. And you know, rabbits we're only doing a couple times a year right now. Next year I'd like to ramp that up to 4 or 5, maybe 6 times a year as well, especially the rabbits. But eventually, so this is part of moving some animals up here. So this year will be the first year that we have the chickens in a brooder up here. And so again, just trying to not spend money and work with what we got. So you could see I used a lot of just scrap plywood I had. Some of that on the front is from an old brooder that we had, but I kept the pieces. So just trying to do what we can. I think we'll end up moving the rabbits over here as well later this year into the barn. So it's easier to take care of everybody. But now we can do that because we do have water up here. And then we're getting ready to move the solar into this room. So I've had some issues with my battery. I've got a new one on the way. So in the next couple weeks, we've already got a ground rod that's buried in there. So this wall, I'm gonna start hooking up the solar stuff, move the panel wiring over to here, and then at least get just one outlet over there so that we can have an outlet for the heat plate for the chickens. and probably do some redundancy on the batteries so that we make sure that they don't run out of heat and die or anything like that. So that's about it. Smokey now, this ended up working out great. I don't know if we've posted that video yet, but on trying to get her weaned. So she's doing great. She's on week 3. I think one more week and we'll turn her back out loose. By that time, Reba should be dried up by then. So she's doing just fine, but she should be dried up, and that way Smokey won't be nursing anymore. And she can have a break and get ready for her baby that's due in December. Yeah, so that's about it. Zeke wants to say hi. Zekers. Hey, buddy. He's hungry. He needs to eat again. But that's where we're at on the loft. So super excited. We're getting, this is going to allow me to put a lot of the things out here that we need to have out there, to store some things. Like right now, we really want to get hay that's natural, not sprayed. But we need to buy it in bulk because the guy's a little bit further away. And so we need some place to store that stuff. This gives us some opportunity to do that. Also gives us opportunity to clean out our carport. And then I can park the tractor in the carport, so it's not in the middle of the barn. And so if we can get a lot of that stuff out of the carport, put it up here, then the carport can be clean, and we can, store the tractor and the ATV there like it's meant to be. So super excited about that stuff. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I look forward to hearing your feedback. Make sure if you like these videos, you want to keep up with our journey. And all the things that we're doing out here as we get baby chicks, as we get new animals, as Reba has her baby. We're getting ready to breed the goats. So a lot of things happening that we're really starting to do with the farm stuff. If you want to keep up with that, make sure that you subscribe to our channel, and that way you won't miss out on anything. Would love it if you liked the video, if you did like it, if you found value in it. If you got questions, let me know. If you got suggestions, let me know, because I don't know anything. I'm just trying to figure stuff out and learn and do things as cheaply as I can, which is pretty cool to see this huge barn and the way that it's coming together, and think about how little money we had to put into it, just a lot of time. It's pretty cool, but look forward to your input. Thanks, guys. We'll see ya.